You're good.
Hey everyone, I'm Aaron Neville, doing a recap on my Intro to Contact Play class. Some of the things we discussed was methods of holding the ball as we progress through the inner and outer forearm roll. I discussed how you can hold the ball with the tethers in between your thumb and pointer finger, or you can hold it so the tether is in between your pointer finger and middle finger. When performing a roll, the tether guides the ball around. So the best between the two is to hold between the pointer and middle finger, because then the tether is already lined up with your arm versus being off to the side. And so we started with some tosses, playing around with tossing from a horizontal position and just letting the handle come back down. And that there is an exercise where we can toss from one side to the other across the wall plane, as well as doing an isolated throw, which was using a 0 point where the poi becomes weightless and just gently flicking the handle upward like so. And this is performing an isolated toss, which becomes later valuable in the class. So in tossing to catch the ball, it's best to toss from a position from about this 45 to complete horizontal position, and having your hand down low. You're going to want your arm to be horizontal, parallel to the ground when performing the roll. So with the toss, you can use your other arm to kind of guide it and to make that perfect catch where your arm is already in that horizontal position. Once you have made the catch, well, the different ways you can catch it is kind of palm up to catch in between the thumb and pointer finger, but for the greatest of the two is kind of doing like this "stop, Mr. Boy, I'm gonna catch you" kind of thing, and the tether will come right through the pointer and middle finger. So you make your toss, and you want to make sure you have a good clean plane, because again, the tether guides the ball around. So if you see this plane is kind of off to the side now where to try to do a roll, it follows the plane. And so we have, after we've caught the ball, there are two more things into it. There's the release, it will do the roll, and then there's catching the handle. When holding through the pointer and middle finger, you're going to notice that your palm is to the side. Now to release it, you have a down and an upbeat, and you release right on the upbeat, and you can count these like musical 8 notes, where it'll be 1 and 2 and. Once you hit that and, all you do is open up your palm to the top. So you can go 1 and 2 and it'll perform the roll. Once the ball reaches your elbow, all you have to do to catch it is just flip your hand down. So after you throw that one off to the side, go 1 and 2 and just flip the hand over. We also went over the cradle position, which you can do a 3-finger cradle, which is just dropping the middle finger, canting it towards the pinky. The tether goes in between those, and the ball rests on your pointer and ring finger. You can also do a 4-finger cradle, which is the same thing, only the ball resting on your pinky and pointer finger. I personally find it easiest for the 3-finger cradle. Entries into the cradle, practice ways, is dropping the ball and catching it in the cradle, just tossing the ball into it, or maybe tossing up and then catching. That gets you used to catching the ball in the cradle position. You can do a half toss, which is where the poi travels 180 and you catch it in the cradle position. Or you can do that isolated toss right into the cradle position. Now to do this outer forearm roll, you want to make sure you've got a good 90 degree between your bicep and chest, and a 90 degree between your forearm and your bicep. Again, the tether controls where the ball, the tether guides the roll. So have the handle bouncing off your elbow, and once you're ready, have that lined up, good horizontal position. Your hand will actually be right next to the opposite shoulder. You just give it a kind of, once the tether gets to here, you just kind of like lift and scoop back just to perform the roll, and the handle goes right to the hand. So one more time, isolated toss, nice right angle 90s. I know some people don't like right angles, but in this case, they are very clean, very smooth, and very spherical in nature. And bouncing off the elbow, little scoop back, and it goes right to the handle. After getting both of those down with both hands, you can end up doing incorporating two-poi into your different timings and directions, such as same time, same direction, split time, same direction, and you can do different like toss, different combinations. You can let one stay an extra beat, and you can make continuous patterns like so. You can do, and I believe the last thing that we really covered was taking a roll without doing a catch or the cradle, and it's the same thing, the same toss. You just make sure that the toss lands with the tether here to full, up and down, and just by placing your hand there, the ball will just roll. Same with the outer forearm, same with the 90 ball plane, and such. So I hope that helps everyone in your entry into contact koi. Remember that regular spinning your progression can be measured in hours of practice, and contact is measured almost in days. This is very easy. You can do it. I know you can do it. You're basically rewiring all of the nerves around your skin